When your cat sleeps with you, do you truly understand what they're trying to communicate? Yes, it's endearing. But beneath that closeness, there's something more profound that most people overlook. It's one of the most emotionally significant things your cat can do. And if you misread it, which most owners do, you could be missing messages they've been sending for years. Let's begin with what that nightly ritual actually means. 1. It was never about staying warm. So why does your cat really sleep with you? Most people think it's straightforward. Cats get cold. You're warm. Simple as that. But here's the thing. Cats are remarkably resourceful when it comes to finding warmth. Sunny patches, laptops, radiators, laundry fresh out of the dryer. If heat was all they needed, they'd have plenty of options. So why do they keep picking you? Because sleep is when a cat is at their most vulnerable. Every instinct they possess tells them to find somewhere concealed, somewhere secure, somewhere no predator could reach. And yet, they walk right past every quiet corner in your home and climb into bed with a human 15 times their size. That's not about temperature. That's trust on a level most owners never fully grasp. A study in animal cognition found that cats form attachment styles with their owners, much like how infants bond with caregivers. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they're telling you something they can't express out loud. You make me feel safe enough to drop my guard completely. And by the way, if your cat ever suddenly stops sleeping with you, don't dismiss it. We'll cover what that truly means at the end, and it's something most owners wish they'd recognized. Soon or two, they're merging their scent with yours. Have you ever noticed your cat pressing their head or body against you just before settling in to sleep? That's not random affection. It's chemistry. Cats have scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and the base of their tail. When they rub against you, they're leaving invisible marks behind. But here's what most people don't realize. When your cat sleeps pressed close to you, they're not just marking you, they're blending your scent with theirs. In the wild, cats who belong to the same colony share a communal scent. It's how they identify family. It's how they say, "This one is safe," without making a sound. When your cat weaves their smell into yours night after night, they're carrying out an ancient ritual. They're telling the world and themselves that you belong to one another. This is also why your cat might sniff you intensely when you return home from somewhere unfamiliar. You smell different. You've lost some of that shared scent, and that bedtime cuddle, part of it is them restoring what was lost. And hey, if this resonates with you, smash that like button and subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more cat lovers who genuinely care about understanding their cats on a deeper level. 3. They think they're your bodyguard. Ever wonder why your cat insists on sleeping in a particular spot? Maybe it's right beside your head. Maybe it's near your feet. Maybe it's pressed up against your back. That placement isn't random. It's deliberate. Here's something that might catch you off guard. Even a small, pampered house cat still carries the instincts of a predator. And predators understand threats. When your cat positions themselves beside you at night, part of them believes they're keeping watch. This goes back thousands of years. In wild cat colonies, members take turns watching over one another during rest. It's not just about closeness, it's survival. And your cat, no matter how domesticated, hasn't let go of that ancient code. Pay attention to where your cat sleeps. If they position themselves facing the door, they're monitoring the entry point. If they sleep near your head, they're guarding your most vulnerable area. They know they're small. They don't care. Something deep in their wiring says this human is mine to protect. Now, will your cat actually ward off an intruder? Probably not. But in their mind, they've taken up a post. They've given themselves a role, and every single night they show up for it. For every sleep position is a message. Does your cat curl into a tight ball, stretch out like they own the entire bed, or sleep with their back turned toward you? Of these positions is communicating something different. Let's start with the tight curl. This is the most guarded position a cat can take. It shields their belly, tucks their paws, and keeps all vital organs concealed. If your cat always sleeps, this way they may feel safe enough to be near you, but not quite secure enough to fully let go. It's trust with a layer of caution. Now, the full sprawl. Legs stretched out, belly exposed, maybe even flipped upside down. This is the ultimate expression of security. A cat showing their stomach is a cat who believes completely that nothing will harm them in your presence. They've surrendered every survival instinct that tells them to stay on guard. What about when they turn their back to you? Some owners take this the wrong way. Don't. In the cat world, turning your back to someone means you trust them so deeply you don't feel the need to watch them. It's actually a compliment. And then there's the full contact press. Sleep's pushed right up against you, sometimes wedged into impossible spaces. That's the strongest statement of all. They want zero distance between you. That's not clinginess. It's devotion. 5. They adjust their schedule just for you. You ever wondered why your cat seems to wake when you do and wind down when you head to bed? That's not a coincidence. It's a decision they made for you. Cats are naturally crepuscular. That means their bodies are wired to be most active at dawn and dusk. It's when their wild ancestors hunted. It's when their instincts tell them to be. Alert, not asleep. So by nature, a cat's schedule shouldn't align with yours at all. But bonded cats do something remarkable. They override their own biology. Researchers studying domestic cats found that cats living closely with humans gradually shift their sleep and wake cycles to mirror their owners. They stay active longer during the day. They sleep more soundly at night, not because it comes naturally to them, but because that's when you're present. Think about that for a moment. Your cat's entire internal clock, built over thousands of years of evolution, gets rewritten just so they can spend more time existing in your world. This is also why cats greet you at the door or appear right before your alarm goes off. They've learned your rhythm. They've synced themselves to it, not out of habit, but out of preference. 6. They sense your stress before you do. Ever had a difficult day and noticed your cat suddenly refusing to leave your side? That's not coincidence. They sensed something was off before you ever said a word. Cats are remarkably attuned to the people they're bonded with. And science is beginning to confirm what cat owners have long felt. Your cat can read you better than you might think. Studies show that cats can detect subtle shifts in human behavior, body language, and even scent. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. Your movements change. Your breathing shifts. Your cat picks up on all of it. They don't know why you're upset, but they know something isn't right. This is why some cats become extra attentive when their owner is sick, anxious, or grieving. They're not just being sweet. They're responding to real signals you're sending without realizing it. And here's where it runs even deeper. Sleeping beside you gives them a front row seat to your emotional state, your heart rate, your restlessness, your breathing patterns. Night after night, they're collecting information. They're learning what your baseline feels like. When something shifts, they notice 7. When they suddenly stop, pay close attention. What does it mean when a cat who always slept with you suddenly stops? This is what I mentioned earlier, and it's something every cat owner needs to understand. If your cat has been sleeping beside you for months or even years, and that suddenly changes, don't ignore it. Cats are creatures of habit. When they break a pattern this significant, they're trying to tell you something. Sometimes the reason is physical. Pain, illness, or discomfort can cause a cat to seek out solitude. Cats instinctively withdraw when they don't feel well. A survival mechanism. If your older cat suddenly prefers to sleep alone, a vet visit is worth considering. Other times it's environmental. A new pet, a new person, a shift in routine. Cats are sensitive to changes in their territory. Something that feels minor to you might feel enormous to them. And sometimes it's emotional. Cats remember. If something frightened them in the bedroom, or if tension occurred in that space, they may pull away to protect themselves. The key is paying attention. Your cat chose to sleep with you because they trusted you completely. If that changes, they're not being difficult, they're communicating. So listen, watch, and if needed, gently help them find their way back to feeling safe again. Because that nightly ritual, it was never a small thing to them, and it shouldn't be a small thing to you. Either